everyone, and I really love to welcome you here.
Yay!
I'm so happy to be here.
Welcome 4 wonderful graduates of our training programs, and I would love for you to introduce yourself to all the participants in this wonderful volunteering project.
Absolutely. Well,
Great.
thank you. Well, thank you for that warm welcome. My name is Sylvia, and I've been a graduate of Via Hafta now for a few months, so 2022, and I'm currently enrolled in the VSA, and really, truly being inspired, motivated, and building momentum now in my life. Thank you.
Thank you, Celia.
Yes, my name is Atharida Zabala Laksa, and I graduated in the BFW, or Building Foundation for Women. And I was so inspired because it included peer support with lived experiences for every one of us, and it expounded the values of VIAVTA on responsibility, empathy, respect, and inclusivity. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Emil. I just graduated the Building Foundations for Strong Women 2022. I have learned a lot more about myself that I thought was lost. I gained strength to deal with difficult situations, peer mentorship, and most importantly, advising each other through these terrible times that we have been through. And I am enlightened and more pure within my heart. Thank you to this program. Thank you very much.
Wonderful.
Good job, good job. My name is Maurice, and I'm the graduate of the VSA 2022, and I'm loving the program. It gave me an opportunity to for community as well as learning self-care, to be able to know that it's not about my situation, but it's helping me to know that my situation doesn't have to define me. I'm able to go beyond that and accomplish things. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this wonderful introduction. So I just want to ask you a little bit, if you're okay to share your experience what was your life before you started Via Hafta, before you were able to connect with Via Hafta?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm back in the community just recently, within the last year and a half. I had a really rough go of things, but I came back to the community, and it sort of took me by surprise, because there were things in my own community that I came back to, having had a distance, a long time apart, not being there. And I found that I was just more lost, because I would recognize places, but I couldn't afford the things that I basically needed. And I struggled financially and struggled emotionally. And as a particular, because I'm Jewish in myself, and I know that I'm working, like I'm sort of representing the Jewish community in this, the fact that it speaks to all people, and this organization doesn't separate or divide or is linear to anybody. It's so encompassing, and I'm just grateful to be part of it, and I'm blessed. I feel blessed every day.
Thank you, Celia. Thank you for sharing. What about you, Tiril? A little bit, the reasons before you met Via Hafta in your life? A little bit.
My life before VIAVTA was sort of distressing and chaotic. It was kind of difficult. It found me at a time when my life was going through struggle physically, because I just went through 4 surgeries, and I was recovering, and I went through a difficult domestic abuse, but I wouldn't go through that. I don't want to call it that I was victimized, because I refuse to be victimized.
Yes.
Because despite everything else, I still consider myself as a victor, because I got through Via Hafta, and it got me feelings of the fact that, because the thing that was going for me was my spiritual life, that I believed in what Viahavta was advocating in its very definition, to love God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might, which actually was what I was doing ever since. That's why I remained a victor despite all that was going through in my life. I was having financial setbacks, but somehow deep in my heart there was hope and there was faith that everything will be all right.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
sharing. Thank you. What about you? I mean,
Coming from a sickness that I'm now in remission for, I had other issues involving dealing with difficult situations, learning to speak up for myself, finding the inner strength in myself to let go and put it behind me, but also learning to love myself more, learning to appreciate where I am, be humble and patient, and to help others when they need me. And my true personality has now been coming through tenfold. I feel more in love with myself. I appreciate every second of every day. I make the best of it. And because of this program, like it's brought out something within me that is just truly unbelievable. And I am more ambitious. And that's the one thing I thought I lost, the ambition in me right now. I'm just looking forward to tomorrow. Like that's how much like this program has really bloomed me.
That's really
very
nice.
happy to hear. What
Well,
about you, Maurice?
Viahavta came about at an opportune time. I was struggling with family, homelessness, just not being able to get things done. And it came along where at a very perfect time where I learned about self-care, which for me was something difficult. I was always giving, never looking into myself. But somebody told me this, one of my group members said, Maurice, you can't pour from an empty glass. And by being able to do that, it's not just about safety net for others, but by being a safety net for myself, it allowed me
To be
safety net for others and that sense of community. I mean, I came on board looking for help just to go back to school. And I got more than that from the and that strength I gained allowed me to then be able to do things even on and do more. And I really appreciate
nice, really nice.
Thank you so much. If you're gonna go back to the time when you found your husband, I know you participated in different programs. For you, Sylvia, you have experience basically with you. So highlight from the program is like if you would go back at the time when you've been in the program, what exactly, what maybe one emphasis or one highlight that you can really mention?
Actually, that's a great question. I found like I didn't know what to expect from the program, to tell you the truth. I was more intrigued by the mission statement, but because my social worker had recommended it and told me, so yeah, this is really gonna shift your life. Are you ready for that? So it got me curious that the referral, and he gave such a positive, and he was right, because everything that we learned in these seminars and group sessions really were meant to be bite-sized, malleable pieces that we could absorb, take on, and have success with the smallest amounts until over time you attend this 9-week session, and you've got to commit to the time and of course yourself. But I found that I felt great success during the course of every day, knowing that I committed my time and that I went there and learned. It was, I thought I knew it all, but I didn't. So, and it's a shift also by degrees. So I understand now that, if you go into something not expecting change, there won't be. So I'm open to having my mind by degrees, and I'm grateful for that because I see life very differently now, like Emil's mentioned, and so I'm grateful. I think it's a wonderful program to be part of.
Thank you so much for sharing. Seems like a fun experience. You've been talking a little bit about the sense of community that you found in the Hafta. So when in the program, how did it help you to build that sense of community? And how do you believe the Hafta contributed to that building that safety net that you've been talking about?
Oh my goodness. I think time would fail me to really express exactly how the Via Hafta played such an important role. The best way I can describe it, Via Hafta was almost like a cocoon. I came in, and I was having spoken to a lot of my classmates, we came in broken. Some of us had addiction, some of us had mental challenges, physical abuse, verbal abuse, but we're broken mentally and physically. But it was like a cocoon where they helped broke us down. As Sylvia mentioned, the program helped break us down, but then it helped building us up back up. Where individual people, the support that I felt, even though it was virtual, it was unbelievable. I mean, when people were texting me in the chat, hey, Maurice, are you okay? I understand what's going on. I mean, I thought this would only be available in person, but the support, I mean, we even developed a WhatsApp group afterwards. You know, we supported, hey, I hear you're going to school. Here's something that you can look into. Oh, I'm so proud of you that you're doing this. So that, I mean, put it this way, we became like a bridge over troubled waters for each other. And that was honestly, it blew my mind. Because when you're used to giving and not getting back, and now you're getting, I'll be honest with you, it took me a little while to adjust to receiving when I was so used to it. But that gave me strength. That gave me the ability to say, you know what? I can do this. I can do this. So it motivated me. It motivated me to pursue more. That's what Via Hafta provided. And listen, anybody who hears about this, I would definitely recommend you jump on board on this. Again, as I told you, I was only coming out for money, but I came away with something more, a sense of community, a sense of love, of not just of the community, but myself. And being able to love myself, then I can also turn around and love others.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. Emil, do you feel like for you the safety nets, do you feel it changed the concept itself?
A very, very drastic change, but I would most importantly like to thank you, Maurice, for referring me to this program. Because if it wasn't for you, I would not see myself for who I am standing here right now. One thing I could say I value from this program as well is that you end up in this aura where you look forward to being part of the group the next morning. You're anxiously excited, like class starts at 8, you want to be up at 6.
Yeah.
You know, you're restudying everything, you're praying, or you're thinking about somebody that needs information or is going through something. Are they doing okay? Things like that. So like,
that's a huge support system.
yes,
That's what you say.
I love it. Love the support system, and the staff is awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I second that emotion.
Absolutely
Thank you so
awesome.
much for sharing. What about you?
You know, what I really got from the program, that it built on, is a process, it built on through and through. But towards the end, I realized it was a transformative process. You come in the beginning, because you share lived experiences through each other. It's kind of the basis of peer support. But you are transformed in all areas: physical, intellectual, emotional, spiritual. And then it's like an alchemy. You come as a base metal, and in the end, you are a radiant, shining gold.
Wow, that's
And it's
wonderful.
really
Wonderful.
amazing. And yeah, 24 karat.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I say 48, not 24. I say 48.
Okay.
Okay. So at this moment, then you know, like you share all the experiences, and I know that you moving forward, with a lot of goals. Do you want to share where you at this moment in your life?
Sure. Even though I'm still struggling, with my daily stuff, I just applied to George Brown College and I got accepted. So I'll be attending in January, something I've been avoiding for most of my life. So avoidance is something I'm dealing with thanks to Ve'ahavta. It's a life skill. I think that's what it is. Ve'ahavta rewires the brain with gentle learning, firm, but it makes you understand that becoming is actually going to be the results are there and you're just becoming.
Very
So
well
it's
said.
kind of
Very
thing.
well said.
Thank you so much, Sigve. What about you, Atilda? What you at the moment?
Yes, right now I tried to pick up where I left off before because I had difficulty trying to move forward with my launching of my song because I didn't have the money. So I started to join the GoFundMe program. Yes, the GoFundMe. So it is Ethelrida Zabala Laksa GoFundMe for the launching of my biographical, musical, bipolar CD. That's why it was difficult to mention because it is a very personal bipolar CD. And instead of speaking about it, I just give you a first line of one of the composition, which is, God, I heard a voice. Did you call my name?
Awesome.
And it goes like, God, I heard a voice. Did you call my name? To let me know your love remains the same. No guilt, no shame, no regret, no blame. God, I heard a voice. Did you call my name?
I wish you all the success with your launch of the CD. That's amazing achievement. Thank you for sharing that. Oh my gosh.
That's
What
awesome.
about you?
I am in the process of applying to George Brown myself to pursue my career as a social worker. One of my first, it's a skill building class, hence thanks to Ve'ahavta. Now I'm doing more workshops to build towards approaching college. So I'll be doing my first skill building class in January.
Wow.
That's
All
cute.
the
And I'll
best.
be applying next September.
All the best. All the best.
Keep you posted.
And what about you, Maurice?
Well, what I'm doing now, I came in with a goal when I came into Ve'ahavta.
Yeah.
So I've met that goal. I am back in school, Humber College,
Congratulations.
doing social work, looking towards my
Nice.
degree in addiction and mental health, as well as behavioral science, to ultimately get my master's to become a counselor.
Wow.
A counselor to be able to give back to the community
Love it.
that I've seen during COVID that are broken, and be able to use my unconditional positive regards to others to be able to help them. That's what I'm looking for.
Thank you so much, all of you, for sharing your wonderful experiences. I am so grateful for you being here. I'm so grateful for you agreeing to share your experiences and just, share with all our volunteers that right now doing the project. And right now we're done with our part, and I would like to encourage all the ones that are waiting behind cameras to start our volunteering project. And I would ask everyone to join the Science Space for the volunteering. The project begins. Yay!